Peace, peace, beautiful people. It's the kid J Nolan back with another video. All right, man. Bobby Shmurda is on a warpath right now. He said he wants off his label, and he's been trying to get off his label for quite some time. So let's get right into the story. So the Brooklyn rapper took to Instagram on Thursday to voice his frustration with his contract in a since deleted post. He's signed to Epic Records and managed by Roc Nation. Bobby claims his deal with Epic has been stopping him from releasing his finished album and more music. Now, I want to just point out a quick trend for y'all, okay? Now, what is it about artists when they go to Roc Nation management, very shortly afterwards, they start calling out their labels? Roc Nation, y'all running a coup over there, but I like it. So in the post, Bobby Shmurda says, and I'm going to just read it straight from his Instagram. It says, I got a 70-year-old lady running my label, and I love her dearly, but doesn't want to let me go at all. No matter what I do, I've been signed to them since I was 19. I did 6 years in jail trying to get off this label before I came home. You name one person in the industry a label keeps signed in jail for 6 years. Yeah, I know. I made them more millions than they ever gave me. Just let me go. And in the caption, because that was a photo, he says, this is not a cry for help. This is a message and understanding for my fans that they stopping my music and prolonging my career. I've been holding it down, doing everything on my own since I've been home. It's been a year now. I still feel like I'm in prison. And by the way, the album's done, ready to live. Please, I need them to let me go. Free Shmurda. So he's saying, I'm back home. I did my time. I repaid my debt to society. However, I had to do it. I'm trying to put a new album out. People been waiting over a year, and y'all still holding me captive. I feel like I'm in jail. It's kind of ridiculous, man. But that's not the end of it. Back in December, Bobby Shmurda says something very similar. He says, I ain't been in charge of my music since I was 19 years old, and I just turned 27. And honestly, I don't know when it's dropping, so don't ask me nothing. Go ask them MFs since they want to control everything. Hope that answers all y'all questions. I don't know when the album dropping. Stop asking me. I'm held captive. Epic, you got some splaining to do. I want to give y'all a rundown of Meek Mill. Now, y'all know a few months ago, Meek Mill aired them out. You know what I'm saying? We thought he was talking about Rick Ross. He's since then cleared up the fact that it ain't about Ross. It's about Atlantic, right? So let's take a look at this. So look, I made Atlantic Records hundreds of millions and let them do me out. Roddy, an artist they came to me about in jail. They still saying I can't drop music until 9 months after my last album got blackballed. Just rap buildings and Nina Art with talent. Roddy my youngin' still, but that label separated us instantly when the millions came in from him. Same thing they tried to do with me and Rose. It takes a long time to catch up too because most of them tied in for the love of some money. Artists scared to speak up. They didn't put nothing in the expensive pain and then said I can't drop another project for 9 months at the end of my contract after I made them hundreds of millions. How could anybody survive that? Most rappers can't speak because they depend on these companies. I don't. If I didn't have millions, I'd probably do something crazy. They outsmarting young black kids, taking advantage and calling it business. Other artists speak up and tell the truth while you winning, not when you down. I had to think. Roddy didn't come to me. He was on his own grind. They brought him to me and cut me out soon as the money came. The label should have paid me, not Roddy. Then they fed him like I was trying to lock him in. I was trying to help and eat. Ain't get $1 from the label. Also, I had to fight for my life to get DC4 counted as an album because they said I called it a mixtape. If y'all made 20 million off it, what is it counted as? Me and Roddy good now. This ain't about him at all. They would have let us go to war and made the money still. I had to say I'm rich, that's my youngin', and turn to these people and ask, what's up for my work? They asked me to do. I ain't get $1. So y'all gotta understand, Meek Mill, right or wrong, whether you like him or not, he's been trying to tell y'all that Atlantic Records was on some foo-foo. But the story don't end there because we got a couple more rappers out here that's been trying to tell you the same thing. Just a few days ago, NBA Youngboy, he called out Atlantic too. He says, why blackball me? I'm the good guy. I was going #1 2 weeks straight with a mixtape. So they took it down off the charts. I don't give a you still can't stop me. Don't sign to Atlantic if you an artist. They not gonna support you, especially if you live a certain way. Now, another one of y'all faves out there, Rod Wave. Just a few weeks ago, mid-January, he came out and was talking about his situation. Let's go into it. Let's dive in, right? One of his recent records, Cold December, came out in January. Fans were confused. They loved the song, but they was like, yo, how you gonna drop a song called Cold December in January? That don't even line up. You know what I'm saying? No matter how you want to divide the solstice, it don't line up, my G. Well, Rod went on IG and he shared his piece. He released the song in order to honor the terms of his contract with Alamo Records and Sony. He said, I was in a $15 million contract that I was trying to close on, and they was like, they need that song. That's the only reason why I dropped it. But I wasn't never going to drop that if you want to be technical. So he said, man, I'm trying to close out my contract with the label. I'm trying to get out this deal. I want to put this project out, but, you know, I want to be done with y'all. And they said, well, you can't leave. We need that. They put it on the table like a bargaining chip. You know what I'm saying? Don't know why. Don't know who wrote the song. Don't know who produced it. Must have been, you know, something they came up with inside, you know what I mean, the team. So he did what he had to do, right? The rapper went on to reveal that he's thinking about retiring from music altogether. I'm only here for a little longer. And when I say that, I mean as in Rod Wave. I'm only here for a little minute, man. I done gave y'all straight dope, straight crack. Ain't nobody messing with me with that pen. This not really me, man. I'm not no people person. I'm not no center of attention type person. I hate attention, man. I can't go on the internet without seeing my face or my name. It's kind of like you sold your soul, bro. Because you say that's not you. But for 300K, it'll be me. So it's a lot of artists out here telling y'all think that signing a deal, getting with the labels, getting with these big companies is going to be life-changing. And it absolutely is. But the changes that come may not always be what you desire, what you thought it was going to be. If you think coming into the music business was going to be glamour and glitz, being on TV, and then you could just sign out and be like, I'll see y'all next week when it's time to work again. That's not how this goes. You're on go all the time. You got to work all the time. Even when you're not in album cycle, it's not time to rest. You got to keep your name active in the streets. You got to be able to hit the blogs with something worth people's time so that they could keep you quote unquote relevant. Ain't that the word everybody like to use? Well, that's when it comes back to bite you in the butt, man. Because yeah, you want to be relevant when your album drops, but what about 4 months from now when the album ain't hitting no more? What are you doing now to stay in front of people's face? You're going to start previewing new music, so you got to stay in the studio. You're going to start hitting the studio with people that the label says, yo, we got studio sessions lined up. Be there this time. This producer going to be there. Y'all create something. You know what I'm saying? And if you do too many sessions where you ain't coming up with the right hits, because the label already know this is the hit that we want. So if you don't make that song into a hit, they going to start treating you some type of way. Have you ever heard of Lupe Fiasco? All right. So these are not stories that are like foreign. It's not stuff that we haven't heard. It's not stuff that we haven't seen. And I want to be very clear. I'm not anti-label. I'm pro-artist. Okay, I understand that labels have jobs to do. I understand that labels have a lot of money invested in the people, and a lot of times they don't always make that money back. But in a lot of instances, they make that money back hand over fist 4 or 5 times, and then they still don't show the love back to the people that got them there, that had the wonderful art that they were able to cash in on. I'm always going to be pro-artist. And as long as I'm pro-artist, if you're watching this video, make sure you're educating yourself about the business, okay? And if you need some help and some guidance, I'm here for you, bro. I got 2 books on realjnolan.com called The Pen Game Portfolio, and I got The Pen Game Portfolio Volume 2, which goes in a lot more depth about how you can monetize your music, how to get your publishing, how to own your masters, how to exploit your masters for yourself, how to get your music in TV and film, how to create music for small businesses, podcasts, different companies, how to be a contractor. You know what I'm saying? I got the sauce for y'all, man. A lot of y'all want to get deals because you want to do these things, but you don't need a deal. All they can do is amplify it. And if you're doing it already, they can only amplify what you already doing. So now you can say, man, I'm making, You know what I mean? On a low end, if you're able to make 40, 50 racks a year off music, you're not tripping off getting 150 to give away your masters, your publishing, to get put on a tour where they taking your tour money too. Did y'all not see how Wale was talking about when he went on tour with J. Cole and he was actually losing money? He was making a certain amount of money, but had he went on a solo tour, he would have made more. And he got mad at Roc Nation and he left the company. Now he's looking at it like, maybe I would have done that differently. I didn't understand how touring worked. You got to understand the business before you start doing this. Now, I'm not saying you're supposed to know everything, but I am saying people like myself, people like Wendy Day, people like the Music Entrepreneur Club, people like the Digilog, we're out here giving y'all information so that you don't have to go through the same ills and woes that some of your favorite artists went through. But if y'all not trying to learn, how can anybody help you? If you need direct one-on-one consultations, you can book with me too on realjnolan.com. I will give you an hour of my time and we can go over everything you want to do. It's just $30. If you can't spare $30 for something that you want to do with your life, I don't know what to tell you, okay? And I'm not coming at y'all, but I wish I could sit down with a Rod Wave. I wish I could sit down with an NBA Youngboy. I wish I could sit down with Meek Mill and be like, bro, y'all don't need none of this, man. Like, all the content that you have, the social capital that you have with your popularity, whether or not you're on a label ever again in your life, we know your name. That is so valuable. All right? So, I'm not here to preach. Normally, I don't even talk about what I do or my content outside of the realm of these videos, but I think it's imperative, man. If you haven't already seen my video talking about the Hip Hop Alliance, which is the new union for hip hop, giving us an opportunity to get access to healthcare, retirement plans, contract assistance through their partnership with SAG-AFTRA, which is the union for the actors and the entertainers that are in Hollywood. They get treated a lot better. You know what I'm saying? Not to say it's perfect over there, but they have unions that say, hey, at a baseline, this is the minimum of what you can do in order to book these clients. That's coming in hip hop. That's coming in R&B. If y'all are not educating yourself, you need to. There's no excuse. The information is there, and I'm here to give it to y'all too, all right? Make sure y'all drop a comment down below. Let me know what y'all think. Make sure you like and share this video. I implore you, please like and share this video. Subscribe to the channel. There's a lot of material on here, man. I've been doing this a minute. So, much love and respect, y'all. I'll see y'all on the next one. Peace.